Hi, it's Kane Hodder. I played Jason in Friday the 13th, part 7, 8, 9, 10. Victor Crowley and Hatchet. You're watching Slash and Cast. Keep watching, or I'll fucking kill you.
Welcome back, horror fans, to another episode of Slash and Cast, a show that brings you all the biggest horror news of the week every week. We're your hosts. My name is Riley.
My name is Nick.
Boy, another week, another whole bunch of topics. It's been a little overwhelming.
Yeah, lot of little things this week.
Yeah.
But, nothing super big.
Yeah, a couple standouts, but nothing massive.
Yeah.
No horror break the internet moments this week.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that came out this week, like there will be bigger news to cover in the coming weeks, months, etc. So,
etc. Yeah. Let's kick things off with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Very small bullet points here, but we also want to talk a little bit about the future of the game. Where are we at? It is April. Is today the 18th? Today, the episode will be the 19th?
No, 20th. 420, baby.
420. It's my pug's birthday. She's turning 3.
Whoa.
Yeah, big deal.
She is a big stoner, too.
Yeah. She probably wants to be. Yeah, so it's 420. We're at the end of April here, and no word on an update. So I want to talk about that. What are we looking at here? But first of all, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is 50% off on the Xbox Spring Sale running through April 30th. So if you're a new player, there's never been a better time to actually play the game, to jump in as a new player, because there are so many new players on as a result of the PlayStation Plus free game this month. So yeah, if you're looking to maybe finally try out the game, now's the time. 50% off on Xbox.
That's a good price.
Players.
Good price for it right now.
Yeah, it puts it at $10.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Yeah,
that'll do.
That is a good price for it at this time.
Yeah, although for the first time this month, we ran into a lot of sweaty people on Thursday. Almost ruined my TCM experience for life. Almost had to uninstall.
Almost lost my cool there.
Yeah, we have not really seen a whole bunch of sweaty Wyatts. Like, if you get somebody who's good at the game and has a max level Wyatt and wants to abuse it, they can. It sucks. It's like everyone mutually agreed we're not going to do that. Like, we're not even going to play them, really.
There were a bunch of posts on the subreddit. It's like, honestly, I am here to troll as Anna. Wyatt trolling is with Wyatt, unfair.
It's not the same.
No, it's just not even. It's not even fun to troll as Wyatt.
Yeah,
I saw a bunch of posts like that.
Yeah, so we really haven't seen many of those. But on Thursday, we got 3 in a row, 3 squads in a row running Wyatt, rush, throw knife at Jen, and take off. And it's like, Jesus Christ, what is this? I thought it was new players. You know what? They're probably doing that to new players too. And like all of a sudden, like 40 seconds into the game, everybody escapes and they're like, what happened?
And then these new players don't stick around. That's not good for the game. It's one thing doing that to experienced players.
Yeah.
But doing it to the new players that you want, if you want to keep trolling in this game, you want this game to survive.
Yeah.
The new players are only going to keep it going.
It's a weird spot to be in because you don't want to be like, how dare you try in this game right now with new players,
right?
You prick. But at the same time, it's like, dude, are you satisfied? Did that make you happy throwing your knife at the gen and escaping in 30 seconds against somebody who just installed the game today?
In your max level outfit.
Yeah, take it easy, pal. But so, yeah, it's a weird spot to be in. But also, if you didn't know, Double XP kicked off on the 15th and it's running through the 22nd. So a couple more days running through Tuesday. I expect, I hope, I pray on this Easter Sunday that that's where relevancy in this moment. I hope that they pull off an announcement on the 22nd. And that maybe Muerto Times, maybe actual patch notes, who knows? I think that could happen. Muerto Times Tuesday, patch notes Thursday, update comes out the Tuesday after. I think that would put us at, what, the 30th? Something like that.
Sure. Yeah, they gotta get something out there for these new players to chew on.
Yeah.
Because, they get an update towards the end of the month. They're like, oh, okay, this game is still being updated.
Yeah. Yeah, you would think like now's the time, boys. Get something out. If we're gonna make fun of them for constantly milking monetization in the game, constantly putting out premium content for us to pay for that could totally be free and unlockable, maybe as a part of a level cap increase. If you're gonna do that and you really want to make some money, now's the time, dude. You drop some DLC this month with all the new PlayStation players, and now with the Xbox Spring Sale, probably gonna get an influx of those players too. You want to get some money real quick, now's the time. So please deliver us some content.
We're riding into the summer sales, the big Steam summer sale.
Yeah.
Like, come on, get some new content out there.
Yeah. I think they probably have something bigger planned for June and July. That's been my guess for the map. And we know there's been some leaks regarding Rush Week, so we'll see. But yeah, it's weird because they are hosting things. Like, they are active on socials. They are doing things. But it
is an interesting thing though. Like it's nothing, and then it's, hey, we're posting a couple things, and then boom, because there's a sale, buy stuff.
You're right.
And then it's quiet, and then we're posting a little things because boom, here's a DLC sale, buy stuff.
Yeah,
it's a little fun, not fun.
It is always perfectly. They're doing it on purpose.
Yes.
Like
convenient.
As of course, like the marketing team is thinking that it's like, oh, we need to. Oh, hey, we know this spring sale, the Xbox Spring Sale is coming up. Let's slap double XP right now,
right? So
that it's the perfect time for somebody on Xbox to buy it. I get it. It's smart. You can't really make fun of them for it, but it's like maybe we could be active all the time.
Right. Exactly. all the time.
Now, I did want to talk about this. It was brought up in our chat a lot, and I know if we don't mention it right now, it will be in our comments a lot in this video. Ronnie Hobbs, creative director for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, he did deactivate his Instagram.
Sound every alarm.
It's bad.
It's so bad.
He must have been fired. Honestly, who knows? Maybe it is something like that. Maybe it is actually something relevant. Maybe he isn't that good. No, I doubt it. I'm just saying, like, what I know about Ronnie, I don't want to say I've known Ronnie for many years as if we're friends. I haven't talked to Ronnie since like this game came out. But I've had a lot of experience with Ronnie just from being at Scarefest, because that's in Lexington, Kentucky, where they live. And the one thing he always beats us over the head with is how much he hates social media. Mm-hmm. He doesn't like it. He's a very like anti-social person, although very strong socially. Yeah. He'll talk your ear off, brother. Yeah. He doesn't like it. He always says that if he could, he'd go retire right now and live on a secluded beach. That's just kind of who he is. So him deactivating his Instagram when there's a community out there that probably gets after him quite a bit. I think there's a lot of positivity in this community too. I think that gets slept on a little bit. Like, there's a lot of shit talking in this community, but I think there's so many very cool, passionate people at the same time. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like Ronnie gets a lot of that too. But yeah, maybe he's just over it.
He never had a Twitter, or hasn't had a Twitter in 10 years plus, if he ever had one.
And it's not like Ronnie, in terms of marketing the game on social media, ever brought anything to the table.
No.
His engagement with some people is cool. He did a lot of like Q&A stuff on his Instagram stories.
Yeah, and he would post some couple trips to Texas or to mocap.
Yeah.
So
maybe this is just a temporary thing.
Again, all alarms are sound. We are looking for you, hoping you're okay.
Yeah. That's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hopefully this week, if we don't get news this week, the next episode of Slashcast will be a little bit more, frick.
Yeah.
Here we go again. And especially when you have another ASIM game that continues to cook so consistently. And that means we're moving on to our next topic. Dead by Daylight's got a new survivor. Just got revealed. Is sitting in the player test build right now. The PTB you can play her right now, but will be coming to all platforms on May 6th. Behavior just introduced an original survivor, first responder Orella Rose. And what's cool about this is actually a character that I think I would like to play. I'm the kind of person that's ride or die in Dead by Daylight. I'm getting the boys out, or I'm dying trying. Even with playing with randoms, I'm like that in like any of these games. I do in TCM a lot too. It's like I'm gonna go out there and make distractions, do the best I can, take hits for people, and try to get everybody out. And what's going to happen is we're all going to die instead. When I could have gotten out and abandoned all my boys, we're all going to die instead. Either we ball together or we fall together. But she's got a pretty sweet perk set that accounts for her ability to heal with great speed. She takes protection hits to ensure the safety of others, and she can risk a life and limb to provide her team with critical information.
That is someone I need on my team.
Yeah.
I need people to take the hits for me, to heal me, do everything for me because I'm trash.
Correct. Yeah. But this new Survivor, part of Dead by Daylight Steady Pulse, again, available May 6th. We're not the Dead by Daylight guys, and we know that. So the reason I'm just quickly going over it is that if you didn't know, now you do know. And now you can go to the Dead by Daylight guys who will properly display that character and how well she's going to play.
Correct.
But again, part of the PTB right now. Hey, let's talk about Killer Klowns. Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
Okay.
Let me just say, I'm still not buying into this.
Same.
This week, from the Insnider report, which sits behind a paywall, there's your first alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the Insnider report is often wrong. Just a lot of things that end up coming out, they just never come to fruition. It's not like, I'm not saying Snyder's not getting scoops. I think his scoops are real. It's just, there's so much of it. I don't think he filters it very well.
Right. A lot of the times in my experience with seeing reports from him, about 10% of his story is true. Like, hey, this is happening, and all the details that I said behind this paywall are not correct.
Yeah.
It is happening, so I was right. It's just none of the details, 90% of what I said is just not true.
Yeah.
That's in my experience with finding very specific things a handful of times.
That's kind of how it goes with scoopers.
Right.
Because, somebody is leaking stuff to them. So, yeah, that person could be exaggerating details, or like, I heard this from this, and it just goes down a chain and things get lost in translation, if you will.
Yes.
Okay. But I wasn't going to talk about it at all. And then Bloody Disgusting covered it. I'm like, okay, we'll talk about it. Everyone seems to be excited. Ryan Gosling apparently is set to produce a new Killer Klowns from Outer Space movie for Amazon MGM Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, weird combination, but it's really not. Like, Gosling has done stuff like this before.
So he was going to be the Wolf Man, the Wolf Space Man. He then, whatever happened scheduling, was not the Wolf Space Man, Wolf Man.
Yes.
But he still produced the movie.
Yeah.
Or at least had the credit.
So, yeah, he's been around horror for a long time, so it doesn't really surprise me that he'd be willing to do something niche like this. So that doesn't make me think this is bullshit. I think it could be legit.
It's the same thing. Like, okay, he produced the Wolfman, so now we're throwing this rumor at the wall with Killer Klowns, and okay, see, he did Wolfman a couple months ago, so let's attach him to this.
But even for Insnider, like, this
specific.
What a niche IP, right? Like,
a niche IP, a niche idea, having Ryan Gosling attached to this niche IP.
Yeah,
it's either so crazy that there's no way it could be true, or it's so crazy
that it has to be true.
Has to be true.
But here's the thing with Killer Klowns. Totally aside from Insnider being the one to report this, so many Killer Klowns things in the last 40 years have started and failed. They just don't come to fruition. There was the proposed television series. There was the announced 3D sequel that was formally announced. And then there was the sci-fi original movie that was reported to be coming years and years. It happened all the time. And just, nope, we're not doing it.
I'm surprised. When they announced Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the game, I don't think a single person was like, yep, this was coming.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest first piece of official movement in a long time, and it's a game. That's crazy.
Otherwise, Killer Klowns has been exclusively merch, and they've been big, right? Like, that's what brought Killer Klowns back, arguably, was just the amount of love they were getting in Spirit Halloween. People like the clowns. So now the game has happened. I have no idea what the sales figures look like for that game. Significant enough. I mean, the game is still producing content, right? They may have a small player base, but a loyal one nonetheless. I don't know. My only thing with this, if the Kyoto brothers are not directly involved in creative, they should be directing, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If they are not, I'm not interested. It's been so long. They've always wanted to do it. You can see their passion when it came to doing the panels for the game and promoting the game. They're still there. They should be doing it. It should be the Kyoto brothers. If not, I don't really give a shit.
Well, and even all like these ideas coming into the game, they're like, here are the clowns that we wanted to have in the first movie or in a sequel or in a spinoff or whatever that never made it. Now we're going to throw them in the game.
Yeah.
Like get that notebook out and apply it. Have them directly apply it to.
They said, I think it was back in 21 that they were still sitting on a planned trilogy. It's like, come on, make it happen. See, then I'm all in. Otherwise, just keep it. Leave it on the back burner.
Yeah.
Get the Kyoto brothers involved, or I'm out.
True.
Let's move on to our next topic. Speaking of returning horror cult classics, Silent Night, Deadly Night. We've been reporting this for a while. We talked about the poster, I think, a couple months back now.
Mm.
But just when you thought this movie couldn't be cooler, they went out and actually started trying. Bloody Disgusting reported, because of course Bloody Disgusting is making the movie with Cineverse, their parent company. Rowan Campbell, the one and only Corey Cunningham from Halloween Ends, will be playing Billy Chapman in Silent Night, Deadly Night. And it's the second this was announced, I was like, yeah, perfect.
It makes sense.
What an absolutely perfect fit. I can't imagine better casting. I think he's going to do a great job. Not a big Halloween Ends fan.
No.
I like it as a movie more than Kills. I've talked about this a lot. Although the Corey Cunningham character, a little silly, I do like Rowan Campbell.
Yeah.
He's a very good actor, and he made the best of a very weird situation with Halloween Ends.
Agreed.
But since they're already shooting up there in Canada, we immediately, the next day, got a still.
Yeah, they announced, hey, our movie, our Silent Night, Deadly Night, is started filming.
Yeah.
Today. And Rowan Campbell is in it. Okay. Then 2 days later, we get the still.
Yeah. Killing it.
They got it.
Immediately getting the still, and he looks good. I mean, just shirtless Rowan. Can't complain.
Yeah.
He's a skinny little fella.
He is. He is. Got a nice little blood on the shower.
And it looks like there is you see right between his arm, underneath the armpit there, it looks like a hand of a body.
It sure does.
So he's got a corpse chilling back there.
Yeah.
He's going to look great in that Santa outfit. God damn. Also, Ruby Modine was casted as Pamela. That was announced alongside Rowan Campbell. Ruby Modine from Happy Death Day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen her in a lot, and it's even going off her Happy Death Day performance. There's not much there, but it's cool. It's cool to see a familiar face in there. But Silent Night, Deadly Night centers on a young boy who witnesses the murder of his parents at the hands of a man dressed as Santa, only to grow up and become a killer himself. Haunted by trauma and fueled by a twisted sense of justice, he puts on the Santa suit and punishes the naughty. Hell yeah. Written and directed by Mike P. Nelson of Wrong Turn and VHS 85. Did you know Mike P. Nelson has a production company called Rockford Road?
I didn't.
I went digging to see if that was like related to our Rockford and if he was like from here or something.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find anything. The man doesn't have a lot of biographies out there.
Damn.
But I'm curious.
Would have been nice if that was related.
I know he studied in, I forgot. It starts with an M. I thought it was Milwaukee, but I don't think that's right. Doesn't feel right. Insubordinate. What's cool about this as well, Silent Night, Deadly Night, it's getting a theatrical release and will be in theaters December 12th of 2025.
Cool.
Guess we're going to see it. Shout out to Cineverse and Bloody Disgusting for taking the risk to bring niche, very niche IPs like this in the horror genre and throwing them in theaters. Because they're doing with Toxic Avenger, which we'll be talking about in a little bit.
Yep.
And just to even try that, they're probably not going to make that much money. I hope horror fans show up.
It's just going to be the marketing. I mean, you have the biggest horror news site in the world to help you market it because it's you. It's Bloody Disgusting. Hopefully they can get some mainstream marketing going, and hopefully it does well in the theaters.
Yeah. Now, for a horror movie that I know is going to make a fuck ton of money, 28 years later, got some new images this week. Most importantly, it got a new trailer. And it's a 2-minute trailer. I want to say don't watch the whole thing just because any trailer goes over 90 seconds. I'm like, I don't think it's super spoiler filled. But I'll tell you, watching it was such a reminder of we haven't done shit with zombies in 15 years, like scary zombies.
Oh yeah.
It seems like, hey, it's so much easier. Like we just don't take this seriously, go the comedy route.
There's so many B horror comedy zombie movies that have been in 15 years, 20 years.
Yeah. It was like after George Romero passed, we're going to stop taking this genre seriously.
Yeah.
And that's actually like almost exactly when the timing lines up. Even a little before when George was still alive, just kind of leaned heavy into the comedy, and there wasn't a lot of at least mainstream scary zombies anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But 28 years later, punches you in the face with it, and it was a kick-ass trailer. They really showed their chops there. And what it is, it's Danny Boyle. It's Danny Boyle being back, like the Academy Award winning Danny Boyle. So that's huge. And they already got, they're already planning films after this.
I think there's 2 more confirmed.
Yeah, Nia DaCosta is doing the next one.
Yep, and then the whole crew is back again. We're Star Wars in it.
Yeah. How about it? We waited so long to get back to this franchise, and now they're just hitting it with all of it. But yeah, the trailer looks super sweet. I do think you should check it out. But after this trailer, maybe now we start avoiding the rest if they're going to be marketing. But it's been almost 3 decades since the Rage virus escaped a biological weapons laboratory, and now, still in a ruthlessly enforced quarantine, some have found ways to exist amidst the infected. One such group of survivors lives on a small island connected to the mainland by a single, heavily defended causeway. When one of the group leaves the island on a mission into the dark heart of the mainland, he discovers secrets, wonders, and horrors that we have mutated not only the infected, but other survivors as well. Good grief. Super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. In theaters, June 20th.
This year's flying already, man.
Yeah, next week Until Dawn comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have this in the topics list, but I'm throwing it in. Bonus topic right now. Until Dawn. This week, Pony Smasher. David Sandberg put out a behind-the-scenes video showing off some practical effects, how he did it. And if you've been watching David Sandberg's YouTube channel for a long time, back when he was making Lights Out, the short film, he's so good at going in depth and describing how he did stuff. And in that video, although obviously he can't spoil a lot right now because the movie's not out,
right?
So he can basically only talk about what was shown in the trailer. But he showed basically the equivalent of previs of them testing out practical effects with Lata, his wife, and yeah, just very simple stuff that they could do in camera practically. And then I just think it's so cool. And if you're a horror movie nerd, if you're interested in filmmaking in general, you should be watching David Sandberg's YouTube channel. He barely posts anymore. He's fucking famous now. All right. Yeah. But it's for him to still take the time and do stuff like that for a mainstream Hollywood blockbuster film, right?
Just post it on YouTube.
It's just, he did it for Annabelle Creations, dude, where he broke down how he made the credits wall with the newspapers and stuff. Just so cool.
No one does that.
Yeah, I told you, he's the best, man. He's so cool. And that's why Until Dawn, I know it's different than the game. I'm riding with it because it is David Sandberg.
I have a separate YouTube account to keep the horror a little separate from everything else, which is just a lot of brain rot recently. But I see in my subscriptions a little notification next to Pony Smasher that he posted a new video. I'm like, what? And I clicked on it and I saw it was like 3 days ago. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah, super cool. It's a really, really cool video.
Yeah.
And he's planning on doing another one going into detail the stuff that he can't spoil yet.
Hell
and
yeah.
I hope he does. I hope he sticks to that. But okay, moving on to our next topic that's actually on my list here. The Toxic Avenger got a new teaser this week. It was debuted by Collider. It's only about a minute long, and it gives you it's our first time really seeing Peter Dinklage act in this movie.
Right.
And I think it's super fun. It's obviously a low budget movie. This is like the first time you really get that vibe. Like, okay, we made this for about $12. I love it. It is exactly what the Toxic Avenger should be to me. I really dig it. So if you haven't seen it, you should check it out in its entirety. No huge spoilers in there. It's also our first time seeing Kevin Bacon act, and he's a prick in this movie. You gotta be. That's how the Toxic Avenger works.
Yeah.
So super fun. But if you didn't know, the Toxic Avenger, when janitor Winston Goose, played by Peter Dinklage, is exposed to a catastrophic toxic accident, he's transformed into a new kind of hero, the Toxic Avenger. Now, Toxic must rise from the outcast to savior, taking on ruthless corporate overlords and corrupt forces who threaten his son, his friends, and his community. In a world where greed runs rampant, justice is best served radioactive. I'm so excited for it.
Yeah.
So it's very high on my anticipated list, which is pretty rare for something that is so niche and so independent, like such a cheap film. Right?
Oh yeah, it's definitely high on my anticipated list, and it's definitely going to meet my expectations.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I expected and exactly what I want from a Toxic Avenger.
I hope horror fans again show up for this one because it's in theaters on August 29th. They're getting a nationwide release. Super cool.
Hell yeah.
And I hope horror fans show up for this one to show that we still want this kind of stuff. Sits at I think a 92% with 25 reviews and Rotten Tomatoes. So those people get it.
Yeah.
If they get it, we can get it.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next topic. I don't know how I feel about this one. I watch a trailer and I'm like, I don't know if I hated that or not.
NFL draft's right around the corner, baby.
Good timing. The next Jordan Peele produced film, directed by Justin Tipping, called Him. It is stars. Okay, first of all, I didn't know this. That is it Tyreek? Is it Tyreek Withers? I don't even know how you actually say his name.
I believe so.
Tyreek Withers was a former college wide receiver. I didn't even know that. Yeah. Now he is also going to be in I Know Till Last Summer. So now I'm going to be like, he better have some very Ryan Phillippe lines.
He better.
About going to play for the Cowboys or something.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
But he plays Cameron Cade in Him, a rising star quarterback who has devoted his life and identity to football. On the eve of professional football's annual scouting combine, Cam is attacked by an unhinged fan and suffers a potentially career-ending brain trauma. Just when all seems lost, Cam receives a lifeline when his hero, Isaiah White, played by Marlon Wayans, in a serious role. We can get to that in a second. A legendary 8-time championship quarterback and cultural megastar offers to train Cam at Isaiah's isolated compound that he shares with his celebrity influencer wife, Elsie White. But as Cam's training accelerates, Isaiah's charisma begins to curdle into something darker, sending his protege down a disorienting rabbit hole that may cost him more than he ever bargained for. Well, I had to read that whole synopsis because the trailer gives you some of that, but it really is just like, what the fuck is happening? It starts off like a Gatorade commercial.
Yep.
So smart. That immediately you're like, what? This is a Jordan Peele film? What are we doing here? And then that pops up from producer Jordan Peele, and immediately the mood changes, and it's a horror film all of a sudden. And the only thing throwing me off with it, especially after last year, with the amount of like devil films,
right,
Long Legs and things like that, where it's like, hail Satan. You're getting some of that in here that it seems to be, I don't know, like, or is he selling his soul to the devil, and that's how he's gonna be a professional football player again?
That's what I figure.
Yeah, I'm a little over that genre right now. I just think we had it was literally like 5 in a row last year.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely over it, but you throw football in there and I'm right back in, baby.
You're right. That's what's so intriguing about it. And it's like, I'm not a very religious person. I know I mentioned that Easter praying joke earlier. I'm not a very religious person. So it's not like I'm offended by these devil movies. I was like, some people were very upset about Long Legs and the approach that it had. No, it didn't really bother me. I just kind of, I don't know. There's only so much you could do in that space. Quickly.
It just got exhausting.
Yeah. It was starting to feel a little bit like we're back in 2014 after The Conjuring and everybody's doing ghost movies. It felt like that a little bit. I'm like, okay. So yeah, I don't know the direction they're going, but the football side alone is keeping me straight. It's actually not even. I'm more excited to see Marlon Wayans in such a serious role. I think he's going to drop a bomb here. We're like, holy shit, you've been that talented this whole time. You're not just funny. You're not just the funny guy. You're not just a class clown.
He is very funny.
What a return for him, huh?
I love the Wayans. I love all of them.
Yeah, and now you got Scary Movie 6 coming. My God, how about it? Yeah, but there you go. That's him. Jordan Peele's next produced film.
He's that guy. He's him. He is him.
Maybe it's a little self-aware because he is him. Like
he is.
He's that guy. Let's run our next topic. This is a pretty sweet one. Tremors is apparently going to be coming back again, but this time it's a little bit cooler because Stampede Entertainment, the team behind the original Tremors and its first 3 sequels, have won back the rights to the original script for the 1990 classic. So this will allow director Ron Underwood, writers Brent Maddock and S.S. Wilson, and producer Nancy Roberts to have creative control over the future of the franchise after being shut out of the Universal Studios' last 3 most recent sequels.
You'll love to hear it.
Yeah, come on. The underdog, the little guy on the totem pole, getting it back. It's kind of, this has been happening a lot lately. I mean, Craven's Estate with Nightmare on Elm Street, of course, the big one, F-13, Victor Miller.
Yep.
This one just feels cooler because it was like, the studio, a big boy studio like Universal, has been kind of stomping down in the IP, making a whole bunch of money from it. It's like, no, give us our shit back, dude. Like, we're the reason it's good. And from their website, they said, we aren't reading outside ideas. We are discussing a return to perfection sequel and 1 or 2 more outlandish ideas featuring graboids and new settings. Whatever we decide to pitch to Hollywood, it will not be a remake to the first movie with a new cast, nor will it be a version of our original script for Tremors 5. We are considering ideas that feature the return of Kevin Bacon as Val, but no promises. Remember the TV series?
Mm-hmm.
That they shot the pilot, Kevin Bacon came back, but they ended up not releasing it.
Right.
What a shame. But the teaser came out at least. Kevin Bacon would totally do it. He was just on Last Meals. Yeah.
Yep.
He was just on there. He's what a cool guy. What a cool guy. My complaint about that episode of Last Meals, they talk about Tremors. They don't talk about F-13. What the fuck, Josh?
I thought Josh was a good interviewer.
Yeah, he's honestly, he's great.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's so good.
He's up to Sean Evans.
Yeah, those are the
him.
only 2 interview shows I ever need because they actually do their research. It's cool. And then Sean Evans on Last Meals was great too.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying. But yeah, cool, man. Good. Let's get back to our roots here. Please.
Absolutely.
I hope they find a way to get Kevin.
He'll
back.
do it.
He'll do it. I just hope they have the right story in place to make it happen. I think that's more their concern than actually being like, I don't know, Kevin's available because Kevin's cool as shit. He's in Toxic Avenger. Like, he's cool as shit. He'll totally do it.
All right, we take the idea of Halloween 2018 and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, and we do it again. He shows up.
Perfect. He's been living in the desert.
He's traumatized. Very traumatized.
Yep. He has to wear a button-up shirt.
Yep.
Well, he would wear that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. I'm excited for it. Moving on to our next topic, Final Destination Bloodlines. The marketing's ramping up, right? So they got a whole bunch of new stuff came out this week. We're going to go through some of it. Otherwise, we'll link to the rest of it in the description below. But we got a new official poster. This seems like it's going to end up being their one sheet. Pretty sweet. The blown up skull. That skull is everywhere right now in this marketing.
With the Space Needle.
Yeah, which it seems to be the main event of the movie will be there. The cheating of death will be there at the Space Needle. So
very nice.
Pretty nice. We also got 11 new images, stills from the movie, some of which we've seen before. There was like the vending machine. There were some stills that we already seen in the trailer. There's only one I want to talk about here, and you guys go check out the rest at the Bloody Disgusting link. Dude, this practical effect, what I seems to be a practical effect of a finger, your ring finger caught between nails and just the skin ripping up is one of the most brutal images I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it gets caught right on the wedding ring there.
Dude,
oh,
I'm like, ooh, I'm going to have to take my wedding band off.
That's so good.
That's disgusting.
That's awesome.
That is disgusting. Too. So if that's the kind of brutality we get to look forward to in this movie, Like we were already in, but I'm even more in now.
So yeah, we can assume that they're gonna get caught by the ring finger. We're just gonna see the skin slowly start to peel as they fall.
And then the ring just like the last shot. Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
Love it.
it's pretty gnarly, dude. And I'm hoping we get some good behind the scenes featurettes, just like Until Dawn is doing with David Sandberg. I hope we get some of that for Final Station Bloodlines. I'd like to see some of the practical effects.
I hope so.
Yeah. We also got some new character posters, which are, I don't know why they are character posters technically by definition, but
They're for death. For
yeah.
death, the character.
Yeah. These posters are what I've seen have been dogged on social media.
Yeah, I don't get it. They're fine.
If these were the one sheets of the movie, like they were the main poster of the movie, okay, sure. But this is just fun marketing. Like they're just having a little fun here. I love the glass one. I think the glass with the shard in it. I think that's super cool. Yeah. So yeah, they're just fun posters. And please don't dog on fun marketing. Like, because then I'm like, oh, these posters suck ass. I never want to see this again.
We are having fun here.
Yeah. On the topic of fun marketing, shout out to WrestleMania for having the Logan Paul chair shot thing there, basically like the punching bag machine, but like they did with Novocaine.
Mm-hmm.
But this time it's just Logan Paul. You can come up and hit him with a chair. Like good for you guys being self-aware and knowing that everybody hates him and would love to hit him with a chair.
Yeah, fun marketing. It went away for a while.
Yeah,
and it's been back. Smile at the baseball game. We talk about that every week.
Well, it's good.
It
made it. Yeah,
I'm so glad that fun marketing is back.
Keep doing it. I'm excited for Smile 3. Can I go to the baseball game? If I volunteer to sit behind home plate at Wrigley Field smiling the whole time. I will not break. All right. And I can enjoy the game. You kidding me?
Especially the way the Cubs been playing.
Ooh, yeah. Final Station Bloodlines in theaters May 16th, less than a month away. We did it. We're there. It's big boy time. Holy shit, that's our last topic. We ran through those. That was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot, but I had fun.
And a bonus topic.
Yeah. I meant to put that in there and I just forgot because I watched the whole video while doing the topics. So. Also, outside of our topics, we got our new releases, of course. Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2 comes out tonight. Feedback so far. I hate this community. Not this community, but dude, Cody Leach said it best on his Twitter. I've never been more dialed in with Cody Leach in my entire life. He was like, man, if the reactions that we're seeing after episode 1 is how it's going to be the next 8 weeks, it's going to be fucking miserable. And I totally agree. Like, calm down.
We get it. You don't like the casting from a year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man.
Like that's what I don't get. Like I haven't seen it. Okay. Whatever. But just hearing about it, I'm like, dude, you're still mad. We're on season 2 and you're still mad. We're years later after this casting announcement. And this is still what you're fighting for.
It's one of those.
It's not going to change, bro.
It's fandom is a crazy thing sometimes. And The Last of Us obviously has an incredible fandom, massive fandom. So when it's just like what's happening with Until Dawn, right? When things change just a little bit, it's like, that's not my Last of Us, even though it's like, it's a child, brother.
Yeah.
It's yeah. They are making, just going off episode 1, some things are damn near like put them side by side and they're the same.
Okay.
But they're doing things differently as well. The big boy thing hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. I saw a little tease of episode 2 and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. There's actually one thing in particular. There's a very interesting like back and forth between Ellie and Joel at the cabin, and it'll bring tears to your eyes. Oh. They didn't do that at all so far. And it looks like something that it's going to end up being held to the finale, and they're going to rock your socks with if they do it right.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Also, just came out in theaters, Sinners. Bro, it's the cover of Fangoria this month. Use code /cast checkout. All right. You want to save 20% in Fangoria. Okay. I don't know why I've been sleeping on this movie, because it now is a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got an 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb already. it's goddamn. Like, I didn't know. Why'd I sleep on it?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, yes. I'm making my list. Oh, yeah, Sinners and da. But yeah, I didn't know it was goated.
Yeah, Sinners. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their Mississippi hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. Vampire flick. I think that's why I slept on it, because I'm just not a big vampire guy.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I should have known. But yeah, apparently I need to go check it out.
Yeah.
I have no money. I have no gas money to get to the theater.
I have no money for the ticket. If I go, I got to get popcorn. I don't have money for popcorn.
Okay. Moving on to our convention updates. The exact same from last time. 2 great conventions coming up. Nightmare Weekend, May 2nd through the 4th in Chicago, Illinois. William Shatner's going to be there. Cassandra Peterson's going to be there. Eli Roth. A lot of the Thanksgiving cast. Sean Cunningham. Danny Trejo. Check out the rest of the guest list. It's a big one. I so desperately wanted to go, but hey, when life calls, and that's how it is. But I really hope that Thanksgiving cast, this is like really the first convention I've seen them actually appearing at. I hope this is their warm up, and now we start hitting more cons.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Please.
I'm begging you. I need to meet all of you guys. Also, Crypticon Seattle, May 2nd through the 4th as well. Doug Bradley, Darcy the Mail Girl, Joe Bob Briggs, Andrew Divoff, Miko Hughes. And we talked about it last time that Horror Addicts is hosting some panels there. So they probably have good panels too, since actual horror fans are hosting them. And you'd be surprised how that's often not the case to horror conventions. They grab like random radio hosts, like local radio hosts that don't know a damn thing about the genre.
Mm-hmm.
That happens a lot. Some shows do good and get real horror fans, but a lot don't.
Correct.
It's a lot more entertaining. We just talked about it with Josh and Sean Evans, right? It's a lot more entertaining when the interviewer knows what the hell they're talking about. Because you remember, sorry to go on a random tangent here. This is important. It's the most important part of the episode. Do you remember when Jamie Lee Curtis was doing press for Halloween 2018?
I sure do.
And that one, I can't remember who it was. That one interviewer was like,
it was the Today Show or Good Morning America.
Yeah, it was a big one. It was a big one, which is even more of a reason why they didn't know what the hell they're talking about. And I think they mentioned it was like, what's it like seeing the hockey mask again?
Yeah. How was it after all these years being chased around with a machete by a guy in a hockey mask? And then it's just the meme of her face just really.
Even Jamie Lee Curtis being offended you don't know horror is saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, that's it. That's Slash and Cast for the week. Probably going to have another big episode next week. Until Dawn coming out next week. I didn't mention that for new releases because we'll talk about it again next week. But Until Dawn comes out 25th, man.
Yeah.
Big guy. Yeah, I'm excited. I am going to spend my last $12 on that ticket. We got to go make it happen. So
same.
We'll be reviewing that on Make Every Death Count. And it's up in the air. Let us know in the comments. Do we do a spoiler-free review on YouTube? Take the risk? Get 12 views?
I don't know.
It's kind of a video game, so it's relevant to our channel.
I don't play video games. I never play video games.
Stop. We're going to go sing the whole damn song. Okay, that's it. Let us know your thoughts on let us know your thoughts on all the comments and the topics below.
Yes.
If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more episodes in the future. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.